Hey folks, this little video is about how to get a shape under your hands when you're practicing, and then while you're practicing, how to add to that shape to make it a little more interesting. Alright, let me switch cameras and we will get right to it. Okay, this particular video, this particular example comes from a pretty simple music vid. Here's the thingy play that I'm trying to get under my fingers. So that's a 2-5-1 in the key of D flat. So 2, 5, 1. They're all secondary dominants. So in this video, I'm going to be looking at the first part. So now you can call this a E flat 7, sharp 9, sharp 11, or you can call it an A13. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to call it an A13. Now, the first step for getting a shape under your fingers is to find a loop that you can have fun playing over while you're trying to get a shape under your fingers. The key is basically you always have to be making music even while you're shedding the simplest of things. So my friend lent me his Kronos, and I'm just having a blast messing around with the built-in drum track loops that it comes with. So here's the one that I found. Right, that's just killing. It's gonna make it awesome to play on top of. Like I could just play on top of that for hours. So next is there are a couple ways to get voicings under your fingers, and here are the ones that I've been shown. The first method is circle of fourths, fifths, meaning you take whatever voicing you're playing and you just move it around the circle of fourths. Etc., etc., And we're back at A. You gotta be conscious of the register that you're playing in, but that's okay. Now for another one you can do is major thirds. For these, you have to reset after every 3 and go up a half step. So if you were in A, a major third up from A is C sharp, major third up from C sharp is F, and then you're back at A. So you need to go up a half step to do the next group. Half step up from B flat is D. Half step up, major third up is D. Major third up again is, major third again is B flat. Half step up again. Major third. Major third. Major third. And last but not least, major third again. Major third again. Major third. So these get awesome when you start playing on top of them with your loop. So, like, I just got lost in that, having a lot of fun playing it. Okay, after major thirds is minor thirds. So A, then you'd go C, E flat, F sharp. And we're back at A. So now we go by half step. And just keep going again. These are our roots, B flat, D flat. And then we're at C, which was part of our original key. Here's the second one. Last but not least is chromatically, where you just literally. This brings me to the point, if you start messing up on a spot, just keep looping that bar until you get it feeling good. So for me, I messed up on the D flat part. I started playing other voicings, I'm not sure what, but, you know, just sit right on that until you get it. Okay, so that's kind of the basics of the ways you can get it under your fingers. I prefer to use the circle of fourths just because, I don't know, that's kind of the easiest one for me. I should really work on major thirds and minor thirds because they're more difficult because I'm not used to doing those types of movements. So this is, this was the base. So if we were to go through it, start off really simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go up to D. Okay, so that's a perfect example. I was kind of slow going to the E flat, so F3 flat. Okay, so those are good examples of, like I keep messing up those parts, so let me just keep looping it until I can get it so I don't really have to think about it, and so it still feels good and I can start having fun with it. So the next thing is how can we expand on that? Well, if we play a scale tone, so okay, first of all, we're in the key of A dominant. So if we take each note in our voicing and just move them up a scale tone, that goes there, this goes there, this goes there, this goes there. And this is a whole other exercise which is pretty good, is to just run your scales. Run a voicing up and down the scale that it comes from. So that would be... So if we get our groove going, so here's a nice little movement. So the ways you can start is you can start with just that. Okay, and then you can start, adding the. You can start adding in the little line. Whoops. 2, 3. So I made it to the end. So that's one way that you can get through it to make it a little more interesting. You could play some other stuff, like you could play 5 to 1 right there. So this is our 1 chord. There's a 5 right here. You might change your fingering up, so you're doing this instead. Whatever's comfortable for your hands. Get the loop going. That sort of thing. Obviously, I need to work on those because I'm messing them up. The last thing you can do is, well, as an expansion on that, and you want to make sure you don't bite off more than you can chew, which I am about to do here, is to just create a whole, little melodic phrase that uses that chord in it. So for me, I did. So I had this little melody. So the way I harmonized it was, so kind of A sus-y dominant, then to B7, 5 chord. So you start adding in the little grace notes if you get comfortable in them. So I'm going to try to do this in like 3 keys, but I'm going to have to slow this way down, like down to here. 1, 2, 3. this one, you know, I'm having a little trouble on it, so I need to stop the timer. And so I gotta remember I'm in G, Sussy, 2-chord, grace note, then 5-chord. So that's where I get thrown every time. G, F, come C, then we go. Okay, so I hope that's been helpful. You know, when in doubt, always slow down the tempo. Make sure you have an awesome groove that you're playing on top of to really help you feel like you're making music the whole time you're shedding on this. Anyway, if you like these type of videos, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will keep making them and putting them out there.